Hello, my amazing kings and queens. King Moreland here. As you know, I'm on a mission to help you unlock your full potential and become the absolute best versions of yourselves. Whether you're facing challenges, chasing dreams, or just looking to level up in life, you've come to the right place. Every week, we dive deep into strategies, mindset shifts, and practical tools that will help you transform your life from the inside out. This is your channel, the personal development channel, so you can become the powerhouses you were meant to be in the world. A channel where mediocrity isn't an option, and excellence is our standard. So if you're ready to join a community of passionate individuals like yourself, committed to growth and excellence, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started on this journey together. So, today's topic is one that is very near and dear to my heart. And honestly, it's realistically something that I lean on daily. And it's the skill that I attribute most of my success to. Ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, it's time we get real about something essential for anyone that is on the path to greatness: resilience. Today we'll be talking about resilience. It's something, like I said, I needed to be resilient with what I've gone through, and I think if you want to achieve great things in life, you're gonna need to be resilient too, because resilience isn't just about never falling down. It's about getting back up every single time, no matter how hard the world tries to keep you down. If you want to be successful, not just for a moment, but for a lifetime, you must build resilience. It's a non negotiable. So, I've put together 7 strategies to help you do exactly that. We'll start with number one. Number one, the starting point is accept the struggle. You have to get to a point where you accept that in life you're going to struggle. It's the first step because life is tough. Life will test you. There will be setbacks, there will be disappointments, and unfortunately, there will be failures. You have to accept that these are a part of the journey. It's a sign that you're on the right track. In the end, if you aren't failing, then that means that you're in a place where you're comfortable. And if you're in a place where you're comfortable, then you can't grow. So you have to accept the struggle. It's a part of it. I've put together an example for you all. Imagine you didn't get the job, the scholarship, or the opportunity you were hoping to get. Instead of pretending it doesn't matter or blaming others for your disappointment, accept it and allow yourself to feel those emotions. Allow yourself to feel that pain. Allow yourself to feel that anguish. It's okay, it happens. Then resolve yourself to try again and look for another path. Remember, failure is not the end of the story. Failure is a part of your story. It's a part of it. It doesn't have to be the end or else you allow it to be. When you fall down, you must get back up and accept that you're going to fail and accept that you're going to fall because it happens to all of us. None of us are perfect. Perfect. All right. Moving on to number 2. Focus on what you can control. Don't waste energy fighting things you can't change. Instead, change channel your power into decisions and actions that you have control over. That's where your real growth is. That's where your real power is. Here's a scenario for this one. Let's say, for instance, you put together a big event, right? And unfortunately, it gets canceled due to circumstances outside of your own control. Instead of being consumed by the frustration, you shift your focus to creating a new plan, reaching out to all the participants and looking for a virtual solution maybe. Or, if push comes to shove, even postponing the event. None of these things are ideal. However, you can't change the fact that the event got canceled. That part was out of your control. Things happened that you weren't able to control. It could have been the weather. It could have been someone didn't do their job or they weren't where they were supposed to be when they were supposed to be there. It could be anything. All you can do is control how you will respond to it being canceled. That's where your power is, right? And that's part of being resilient. When you face challenges or obstacles that were out of your control and in a way just kind of got laid in your lap, you don't get to complain about it and not do anything. Well, you can do that, but that's not very effective. It's much more effective for you to decide that you're going to do something about it and that you're not going to worry about what you can control, but you'll then concern yourself with how you're going to respond to the situation you've been dealt. All right, let's go to number 3. It's very important for you to practice self-discipline. All right, this is honestly one of the more important things on the list. It's very important for you to make healthy routines. This is your foundation. Eat well, get enough rest, and keep your commitments to yourself. The discipline you show in small things prepares you for the big challenges. Whenever you have the opportunity to keep a promise you made to yourself or keep a commitment you made to yourself, it's very important that you do these things, because every time you do it, you strengthen your self-discipline. You strengthen your ability to follow through even when you don't feel like it. All right? So here's an example for that one. Let's say you set a goal for yourself to read or exercise daily. And there's days that you feel tired, or days you feel unmotivated, or days you have the book literally looking at you and you don't feel like open the book up to read a page. You have to get to the point where you are so disciplined and you just do it. Do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, whether you feel like it or not. Because once you do that, you're able to build mental toughness and you're able to strengthen your resilience. It's very important that you do these things. And there's a payoff in the end. When you read books every day, after a year, you're a lot smarter than you were. If you work out every day, after a year, you're a lot stronger than you were. You know, if you eat healthy every day, you're going to be more healthy after a year. These things kind of compound over time. It's like anything. Just like you can compound money with compound interest, you can compound discipline by doing what you're supposed to do daily, right? So let's go to number 4. Number 4. Learn from every experience. Resilient people turn pain into lessons. When you fall, don't ask, oh, why me? Why did that have to happen to me? We have to get to the point where we stop asking questions like that and we start asking a more important question. Okay, what can this teach me? What can I learn from this experience? I call it radical accountability. Essentially, that means that you're taking accountability for things that may actually not be your fault, right? But if you blame someone else, what can you learn from it? When other people do things to you, it might not be your fault that they did those things to you. However, like I said before, you get to choose how you respond to it. And you can tell yourself, you can ask yourself the question, why did I allow that person that close to me? Or what could I have done to not put that person in a position to do anything to me? At some point, you'll realize that any and everything that happens in your life, if you choose to, you can learn from it. You can always learn from it. It might not be easy to learn from it, especially in situations where there's a lot of emotional clouds. But if you take a step back and maybe practice a little stoicism, you can pick different pieces that you can learn from those situations, right? So I want you to learn from every experience. Here's an example. Let's say, for instance, you make a mistake at work or at school. Maybe missing a assignment, maybe missing a deadline, or maybe just misunderstanding the instructions. Instead of giving up or feeling defeated, let's say you review what went wrong. You seek feedback and you use that as a lesson to do better next time. There's not a situation where you can't look back and say, well, I could have learned this from that situation, or I could have did this differently. You always have the ability to do that, but in order to do that, you have to have radical accountability. You have to blame yourself a little bit, no matter what happened. Whether it's your fault or someone else's, what could you have done differently? Right? So here's where I want to go after that, right? Number 5. Once you start blaming yourself, I don't want you to do it in a way where you're mean. A lot of times we're our own worst enemy. I want us to be our own best friend as well. So, number 5 is practice self compassion. Be kind to yourself. Those times where you're your own worst critic and you're being mean to yourself, I want you to begin to be your own greatest ally. Start being positive to yourself. Start treating yourself well. When you do things that you're supposed to do, start taking yourself on dates. Start treating yourself well. Start doing things that you love to do simply because you should love you. At the end of the day, ultimately, you need to love yourself. And when you do, it helps you when it comes to being resilient because you no longer get down on yourself. When negative things happen, whether it's in your control or out of your control, when you're able to forgive yourself or still love yourself through it, and you give yourself the ability to bounce back stronger, right? So you need to have a level of self-compassion. That's part of resilience as well, all right? So going to number 6. Number 6. This is an underrated part of it, but very, very much so a good strategy. You have to strengthen your support network. You don't have to do this resilient thing alone. Reach out to family, reach out to friends, have mentors, build a community around yourself. You have to start sharing these hard times because it makes them easier to carry. And learning from others' struggles can guide you on your own journey. You don't have to do it alone. Trying to do it alone is honestly how a lot of people back themselves in the corner. I don't want you to do that. It's very important for you to build resilience, but you can build resilience by using your friends, using your family members. They can help you be resilient. They can help you get through tough times. And guess what happens? When you guys help each other build resilience, now you built yourself a resilient community. So when something happens to any of you, you all have the capabilities of leaning on one another and getting through it together. Very important. All right. So here's an example for that one. When you're overwhelmed by stress, let's say, for instance, you reach out to a family member or a friend or a mentor to talk it out. Joining a community or a group, a support network, also reminds you that you're not alone and that when you face challenges, the people that care about you are also facing those challenges because they want you to win just like you do. All right. So we're going to go to the final strategy I want to give to you guys. This one is the one that I use literally every day. Whenever I feel like giving up, whenever I'm ready to throw the towel in, this is how I build resilience. This is how I keep going. Number 7, stay committed to your purpose. Stay committed to your why. Why are you doing this? What's the reason? Why have you embarked on this journey in the first place? You had to have a why. Sometimes we forget why we even started these things, but when you don't forget and your why is strong enough, you're capable of getting through anything. There was a philosopher, Nietzsche. He said, a man who has a strong enough why can muster any how. When you have a why that is essentially driving you, when you run into those obstacles, you won't quit because you know those whys are dependent on you. It could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be a coworker. If you know that they believe in you and that they want you to succeed and that if you lose, they lose, that'll keep you going, right? You have to know what drives you. You have to return to your mission. You have to know your why. When the pressure mounts, your sense of purpose must remind you that you must keep going. Resilience isn't optional. At the end of the day, resilience isn't optional. I want you guys to know that resilience is not optional. It's the shield and sword for every king and queen who refuses to be broken by life's challenges. If you want to build a legacy, hone your resilience, wear it proud, and let your determination inspire everybody around you. Success isn't given, it's earned, and resilience is part of it. Without it, it's extremely hard to capture success. And if you're on my channel, I know that's where you're going. I know it's what you want. So if you're ready to conquer your obstacles, build resilience, and whether you face challenges or not, fix your crown, face those obstacles head on, and remember, you were built for this. All right. Well, if this message inspired you, or you know someone who can benefit from it, please make sure you share this video, like and subscribe, because on this channel we're building a community of royalty, people committed to striving to be their best every day and overcoming every obstacle that's in their way. Join us and let's continue to grow together. Like and subscribe, everybody. I appreciate you all.